Today on Thomas Trains Collector, I'm going to show off a custom I just finished fairly recently. It is a take and play Proteus. And I'm just going to explain how I made this. So Proteus got a wooden version and a Trackmaster version, which I have right here. This was kind of my base point for making this custom. I just looked at the Trackmaster one. Sir Handle and Proteus have the same design. If you look at their Trackmaster models real quick, it's pretty similar. Yeah, they're the same. So obviously this Proteus was made from a Sir Handle. I had an extra one, so I decided to turn it into a Proteus. And I'm just going to compare real quick so I can see what I've changed. So on the front here, I gave Proteus a different face. I just kind of painted over the Sir Handle face. I gave him thicker eyebrows, and I gave him a closed mouth. That's supposed to look like a closed mouth. Kind of to mimic the Trackmaster face. And then I've done some other things. This lamp is pretty cool. It's not actually like physical modification I've made to the custom. Everything else is just paint. Every other modification on this custom is just paint. But I did make like a physical modification here. I added this lamp on the top. It's a very important part of Proteus. The Trackmaster model has it right there. So I tried to mimic what the Trackmaster model has. There's like a square lamp. These are pretty small, so it's pretty hard to be intricate. So I'm going for a circular lamp with the gray inside. I think it looks pretty cool. This lamp is made out of clay, and I just kind of used some. I actually put a little bit of black paint on the funnel and attempt to attach it, and it actually works pretty well for attaching things. So the lamp is made out of clay. I painted the buffers silver, because if you look at the Trackmaster model, Proteus does have silver buffers. And on the side here, the side is pretty different. Basically just painted over the blue parts with yellow. So everything that's blue is now yellow, although I have changed the lining. It was a decently light shade of red, kind of like what this one has. So this Sir Handle is that shade of red, and this Sir Handle has that same shade of red. It's kind of a lighter red color. But on Proteus here, if you look at this Trackmaster one, it's a much darker shade of red, so I drew a red lining over the lighter red lining as well. And then actually on the inside here, it's still blue, but at most angles you don't usually see that, so I'm not too worried about it being still blue. It would actually be pretty hard to come in and try and paint that yellow. So it stays blue. But one thing I did add is the Proteus nameplate. I mean, actually, I did not paint this. This is way too intricate. I don't think I could paint this. So I just looked at the Trackmaster one. My Proteus is a bit worn, but I just looked at the Trackmaster one. I grabbed a picture of it, and then I printed it out, and then I kind of glued it onto this model here. Although this one's starting to fall off, I have to re-glue it somewhere. That's where the nameplates come from. And then, of course, I got rid of the number 3 because Proteus doesn't have a number. Just trying to do some more comparing and contrasting. Yeah, and then on the top here, that remains pretty much the same. And then on the back here, the only difference with the back is just where it's blue, it's now yellow, and the buffers are silver instead of black. And on the other side, actually the same thing as before, the Proteus nameplate, the red lining, and that's basically the whole custom. I think it came out pretty good. I'm kind of using this guardrail here to like show them off. Not guardrail, but like gate thingy. So that's what Proteus looks like. I thought this was a pretty good use of my second extra Sir handle, because Proteus never got a take and play model or an Erdl model either, which I generally turn to if there isn't a take and play model of a character. I check if they had an Erdl model, which a lot of characters did, but Proteus never existed at the time that Erdl was making models. I think Take Along was the thing when Proteus was introduced. So I could never get an Erdl, and he never got a Take Along or Take and Play. So I thought this was a pretty good idea for a custom. I think it came out pretty good. So that's the Take and Play Custom Proteus I made. I think it came out pretty good. And I will try and do more customs. The Racing Stripe Thomas I told you about in an unboxing video very recently, like 2 months ago-ish. That is actually almost done, so that'll probably be next Saturday's video. Was it this Saturday's video? It's not quite done yet, but I will try and get it finished. And then I'll show it off. And I think I'll just do Take and Play and Trackmaster customs. And there are going to be variants that didn't get made in Take and Play or Trackmaster that are like from specific episodes, or characters that never got Take and Play or Trackmaster models. So I will continue to do more customs in the future, but I quite like how this one turned out.